Hi, I'm Andi. Thanks for coming. I'm going to pretend that you're here for me and not the next panel. If you don't mind. Great, I needed that. A little bit of reinforcement there. So I'm reading poems that deals with the same sort of subject matter. And I've called my presentation Beneath the Surface, Beyond the Page, Political Resistance in Writing and Other Dirty Laundry. So to me, writers, we write to preserve, to catalog, reflect, and to influence change. And so today I've brought poems that are meant to rebuff romanticizing the natural landscape and draw attention to issues that we in Appalachia often do not discuss. And for me, by discussing uncomfortable experiences and topics in art, we can personalize and bring awareness to issues within the Appalachia region. We can use mediums like poetry to persuade, communicate urgency, and draw numbers to our causes. Once we've achieved awareness, we must move beyond the page to create real and sustainable change through policy and regulation. Art can expose the interconnectivity or contact zones and show us where movements must begin. So I brought 4 poems here today to share with you, and some of them are from the second collection that I'm working on, the second book collection I'm working on, which is Ekphrastic. And I'm taking pictures that my mother has taken all throughout the region and writing poems connected to them. And then a couple other poems I was just pissed off, sorry. From the Ekphrastic collection that I'm working on. All right, so female cardinal. She knows where to land on thin branches. Snow sticks to Japanese maples like penny candy in a humid grocery store jar. My mother stands on the front porch in her socks, adjusting the lens of her camera, zooming in, then out, to catch feathers transitions, buttercream to caramel to coffee brown, or maybe coffee brown streaked with unstirred milk tinged cinnamon. I wonder where she's coming from. Maybe Grassy Creek, Cowan, or Summersville Cemetery. Maybe she's flown the Kanawha's frozen shoreline, perched atop an infected tree in nitro. Maybe she's chirped out a warning. Don't eat the winter berries. These berries are poison. The winter berries are poison. Winter berries are poison. Are poison. Poison. Don't eat the winter berries. These berries are poison. To residents, it's a song. I wonder if her tongue sometimes sounds foreign even to her own species. She knows someone is watching, so she shifts the feathers at her crown in mock razor, a caution to predators. My mother snaps a photo catching her in stoic surrender. A book called Union, also from the Ekphrastic collection I'm working on. I imagine the Women's Auxiliary meeting at members of the House, maybe dining at a kitchen table where all important decisions are made, communing over leftover blackberry cobbler and coffee, sharing squares, married surnames and social etiquettes drift away like a roadside dandelion's ripe seeds in a passing breeze. Here, they are just Dottie, Rita, Virginia, Vera, and Geraldine. Violet petals stacked in the center, hand embroidered against a plum background, bruised like the Union town living in a right-to-work state. So they keep purple hearts in boxes of natural surrender, silver-plated thimbles passed down to daughters from mothers with nothing else to give for generations, charged with memories of biscuit and pepperoni roll recipes, family remedies for scrubbing soot stains clean, feeding canaries, thinking, there's got to be a better way. These mothers will leave their daughters a new revolution, the fall of company script, underground newspapers written in redneck code, their needles catalog each thread. Shades of worn-out white and Kelly green, edges spiked with isosceles triangles to guard against manufactured threats. Mountain shelter because no one admits they've been hollowed. Men named Massey and Blankenship in crisp white shirts, black ties, and shiny shoes, hired locals to dig out all the good coal years ago. Pretty lies promising future jobs to a dying state they know will be dead tomorrow. The river is contaminated 2 hours away and heading north. Still, I see a quilt called Union hanging on patchwork siding, exposed brick above commercial trash bins. Called Please Excuse My Apprehension. Tattered and dirty from weather, red Trump Pence flags written in blue letters line the street where I grew up, where my parents still live. I feel the weight of my gender, and I'm tired in my heart, in my mind, in my soul. Because I know oppression, discrimination didn't start the day after an election. It's always been alive in the holler, in the hills, even if we don't use such $5 words on the farm, in the churches, in the checkout line at the only grocery store in town. All the women in my immediate family have an assault story. Sitting in the passenger seat of my car with my high school boyfriend, I remember arguing about my college acceptance. He didn't approve. An invitation I refused to decline. So he grabbed me by the ponytail and bounced my face off the hard plastic and leather armrest between us. I remember the flashbulb of collision that left spots in my vision. Nose bloody, a tide covering my hands, my shirt, my jeans. I remember the taste of pennies. A friend calls all writers and artists to action on social media, he posts. We have to make our presence known, continue to create. I'm sure we can make better sense of a pen or a canvas or a stage or a song than tonight's madness. I remember my mother across the table, fingers laced, looking at the floor. She said, "You can always come home if you want to. No one will judge you." She tells me that's why she left college. Stalking. But doesn't give details. We spoke to Miss Armentrout, student life advisor. She determined I was a danger to the campus. I brought danger to the campus and the institution before I leave, even though I didn't let him into the building. I tell my mother I can't. I can't leave because I'll suffocate. I'll rust and die under the weight of Walmart or Shop and Save employment. I'll rust and die under a marriage I'm not ready for. I'll rust and die under kids I don't want. I'll rust and die under this ideology. Like the railroad track ties that chase the Tigert Valley River, I will rust and die. We talk about the night Tony had a heart attack over breakfast for dinner, how Granny Bird must have flinched when his butter knife dropped to the floor as he clutched his chest, how his face must have purpled as she let him dangle between life and death, like a telephone receiver on a spiral cord, how she watched through swollen eyes as she dipped burnt toast into runny eggs, knowing he'd never lift a drunk hand to hit her again, no more heavy starch to sop up undigested alcohol. The university president sends an email declaring us all one, in cap locks. But I've seen him argue for corporatization, privatization, a stronger reliance on part-time and temporary faculty to cut costs and increase profit in a PBS interview. Besties with Coke, he encouraged the business school to decree right to work a good thing. In a listserv email subject line reads, "Values and post-election." A provost writes, "Let us declare what we know to be true for the economic and social vitality of West Virginia. Leading with economic policy reminds me of institutional priorities, which is not social vitality. I stand in a unity circle of non-permanence. In my back pocket sits a button with an administrative message approved of inclusion. So please excuse my apprehension, lack of faith of trendy hashtags." Ekphrastic collection. It's called Where It's Going and Where It's Been. It sits torn, divided between the Ohio and Potomac with no room to grow, no boundaries to call its own, so it pushes north then west, winding heedlessly, rejecting gravity, only to swan dive 57 feet, fighting frozen to form the falls which bears its name. It's a long way down to the canyon, but water keeps moving, no regrets, because change is always messy. Constant echoes, slowly, continuously eroding, reclaiming the valley, resisting solid even in the harsh bite of winter. Soon it will join the Mississippi, leaving pieces of itself in humidity. Spilling into the Gulf of Mexico, even now it remembers. Fractures, ingrained, a necessity of identity. Soaked up into atmosphere, its journey begins again. Thank you.